I still remember the smell of her hoodie the night I found it. Sweat, cheap perfume, and something else, something acrid, chemical, almost sour. It wasn't her scent. It wasn't ours. I was sitting on the couch, the glow of the street lamp outside bleeding through our thin curtains, when I saw it tossed on the armrest. Her phone lay on the coffee table, screen cracked, vibrating every few minutes with a name I didn't recognize. Kian. She had gone out again that night. Just a girl's rave, she said, pulling on ripped jeans and a neon crop top I didn't know she owned. We were supposed to be saving for our wedding. She was supposed to be saving for her future. Her future. But she wasn't really here anymore, was she? The cracks before the shatter. Started small. Missed calls. Late nights out. Excuses that didn't quite add up. She used to be my home. Every glance a quiet promise. Every laugh a tether pulling me closer. But somewhere in the haze of her new nightlife, she slipped away. Emily had always been the wild one when we met. I was the anchor, the one who cooked dinner, paid the bills on time, left little notes in her lunch. She said she loved that about me, said I made her feel safe. But safe, I realized too late, was never what she really wanted. She started going to raves with her co-workers, said it was just harmless fun. I wanted to believe her. Love makes you stupid like that. The night of the text. It was 3 a.m. when my phone buzzed. A message from her. Don't wait up. Staying with Mia tonight. Mia. The same friend who once, accidentally, introduced her to a guy at a warehouse party 2 months ago. I felt something cold settle in my stomach. Not anger. Not yet. Just emptiness. I stared at that message for a long time. My fingers hovered over the keyboard, typing and deleting a dozen different replies. I finally settled on, be safe. But I wasn't the one who needed to be safe. I was the one being blindsided. The hoodie and the lie. When she stumbled in at dawn, her eyeliner smudged and her hair matted, I asked her about the hoodie. Oh, that. Just borrowed it from a friend, she mumbled, avoiding my eyes. Her voice was hoarse, her pupils blown wide. Which friend? I asked quietly. She froze. Just for a second. But I saw it, the calculation behind her tired smile. Mia's boyfriend. I got cold. The lie landed like a shard of glass in my chest. Small, sharp, almost invisible, but it cut just the same. The spiral. Over the next weeks, the truth unraveled in fragments. First came the receipts, club entries, ride shares to places she never mentioned. Then the photos on social media. Her face half hidden behind someone's shoulder, a man's arm draped around her waist, neon bracelets glowing in the dark. And then, the worst of it, a video someone sent me anonymously. Emily, my Emily, pressed against a bathroom wall at a rave, kissing a man with tattoos crawling up his neck. Her hands in his hair. His in her jeans. My vision tunneled. My chest went numb. I don't even remember dropping the phone. It wasn't just betrayal. It was public, messy, humiliating. The confrontation. When I finally confronted her, she didn't even deny it. We sat in the kitchen, the clock ticking loud between us, her fingers drumming on the table like she was waiting for me to finish a boring movie. It was just one night, she said finally, staring at a coffee stain on the table. I was high. I didn't mean for it to happen. One night. I whispered, the word bitter in my mouth. Emily, there are videos. Her head snapped up, guilt flashing in her eyes before she masked it with anger. So you're spying on me now. Going through my stuff. That's toxic. Toxic. She used that word like a shield, as if my pain was the problem, not her choices. The breaking point. I didn't yell. I didn't throw things. Just stopped. Stopped believing her. Stopped defending her to my friends. Stopped picturing a future where I'd wait at the altar, thinking this woman loved me enough to choose me every day. Because she hadn't. Instead, she chose the rush, the pills, the men who promised her a night instead of a life. I moved out a week later. Packed my clothes, the photo albums, the dog we both loved but she had forgotten to feed twice in a row. She didn't even cry. The downward spiral I couldn't stop. Months passed. I tried to move on. Therapy helped. Friends helped. But late at night, when my phone buzzed with her name again, I still felt that pull. She wasn't reaching out to apologize. She was reaching out because her world had started to crumble. "Can you help me? They cut me off," she texted one rainy Thursday. The raves had become routine. The drugs more frequent. The man from the video. The job. Lost after too many no-shows. The bright, reckless girl I once loved had become a shell, all jittery hands and broken promises. I met her once, in a coffee shop near the rehab clinic she said she was thinking about checking into. She looked older. Not in years but in wear. Her skin was dull, her once sparkling eyes ringed with sleepless nights. "I messed up," she whispered, wrapping her hands around the mug like it might warm the hole in her chest. "I didn't mean to ruin everything. I wanted to hate her. God, I wanted to scream." But looking at her like that, fragile, lost, I realized something worse than hatred had taken root. Pity. The last conversation. "Why him?" I asked finally, breaking the silence. "Why throw it all away?" She didn't answer at first. Her lips trembled, her nails picking at the cardboard sleeve around her coffee. "Because you made me feel too safe," she said, barely audible. "I wanted to feel alive again. I thought I'd come back and you'd still be here." There it was. The truth, raw and selfish. She didn't want to lose me, she just never thought she would. Choice. I left the coffee shop that day with rain soaking my jacket, my fingers numb, my chest somehow both hollow and heavy. I didn't go back to her. I didn't save her. Couldn't. Because loving her meant watching her burn herself to the ground, and I had nothing left to give the fire. 1 year later. It's been a year now. She sent me an email last month from a halfway house. She's in treatment, she said. Clean for 3 weeks. Wants to meet. Wants to explain. I stared at that message for a long time. I typed and deleted a dozen replies. In the end, I sent none. Because some stories don't need a reunion. Some scars need distance to heal. I still wear the ring sometimes. Not on my finger, but on a chain around my neck. Reminder. Not of her betrayal, but of what I survived. Her voice. They say addicts have to hit rock bottom before they climb back up. Mine wasn't the drugs. It wasn't the sleepless nights or the bathroom floors or the strangers' beds. It was the day he stopped looking at me like I was worth saving. I cheated at a rave because I wanted to feel infinite, electric, alive. I thought one night wouldn't matter. But that one night was a thread, and I pulled until the whole fabric of us unraveled. Now I'm here, counting days, relearning how to breathe without a pill in my throat, wondering if the man I broke still dreams about the girl I used to be. I don't deserve him. But God, I wish I had been brave enough to love him the way he deserved.